Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and the Jakob CHYCHRUN sweepstakes has finally been won by the Ottawa Senators. So after 2 years of this guy finally being held out, he's been asking for a trade for 2 years now. It's been forever since this guy has been needing to get out of this town, and the Coyotes been looking for a trade, and it has finally come to fruition on the 1st of March this year, 2023. It's finally happened. The Jakob CHYCHRUN sweepstakes, one of the best defensemen on one of the worst teams in the NHL, finally is freed, and he goes to the Ottawa Senators of all teams. But that's not the weirdest part. The return, the team, all of it is just so strange, and even the terms of the trade are strange. So let's talk about it. So Jakob CHYCHRUN goes to the Ottawa Senators, right? Which is, I think, at first glance, I was like, what? And I still am like, what? Because I would not expect them to be the team to buy in. I would think that any team, especially for what they actually traded for him, I would have thought any one of the top teams, a playoff team, would have gone out for him. A team like Florida, a team like the Oilers, the team like the LA Kings, a team like the Minnesota Wild, or the Avalanche even, right? I thought a team would have gone out there and gotten him, and especially for what they only gave up, would have gone for this guy. This guy was the #1 goal scorer of defensemen in the year 2021, in the 2020-21 season of the NHL, the bubble year with only 56 games. He was the #1 defenseman in goals with 18. This year he's got 7 goals and 28 points this year. Jakob CHYCHRUN, I've been saying it forever, he's such a good defenseman. He is probably in the top 10 of defensemen, but he's just on the worst team in the NHL and has no time to actually show off what he's actually got to show us. So I think he's going to be a big piece, especially to a team like the Senators, who's got a bright future. I mean, they've got so many young guys on the team, in Norris, Pinto, Batherson, Formenson. They got so much going for them. And then they've got Stützle, they've got Giroux, they got DeBrincat, they've got Tkachuk. All great up front. And then on defense, they've got Shabbat back there already. Guys like Eric Brandstrom who can show and grow and become superstars. And now they add Jakob CHYCHRUN to that. They got a really good future, and Jakob CHYCHRUN signed to not long term, but he signed for a few more years to actually play for this team. So I think it is a smart move by the Senators. But what is weird, and I guess it takes a genius to figure out how to actually understand what they actually gave up to the Coyotes. So the Coyotes finally trade this guy out after so long, and you would think the return must have been something extraordinary since they've been waiting this long, where they finally just gave up. And I don't know what it is, but I don't know. So these are the terms of the trade. Now, I've had to make this video twice now. Well, kind of. And I'm going to read you exactly what the terms are of this trade and try to figure this out with you. So the 2023 first round pick is, so they gave up a 2023 first round, a 2024 second round, and a 2026 second round. That is the initial terms of the deal. Now, added to that is that the 2023 first round pick has a condition on it, which is that it is top 5 protected, okay? So if the Senators pick, so if they don't make the playoffs this year and they win the draft lottery and they're in the top 5 of this year's draft, it is protected, which in return, the Coyotes will receive the 2024 first round pick if it doesn't convey, which means that if they don't get if it is top 5 protected, the Coyotes get the 2024 first round pick, right? So if the second round selection in 2024, right? So it doesn't have anything to do with the first one. If the second round selection, okay, is top 10 protected, okay, the second round selection in 2024 will become a top 10 protected first round pick. So right now, as it initially stands, it is a 2024 second round pick. However, it will become a first round pick, and that is top 10 protected if the Senators reach this year's Eastern Conference Finals, which, yeah, right. If they reach the conference finals, it will become a top 10 protected first round pick of 2024. If the Senators reach, if it becomes a 2024 first round pick and doesn't convey, which means that it is top 10 protected, that wipes it out, then that will become a 2025 first-round pick unprotected. Now, if you understood all of that, good for you. I kind of get it together now, and overall, it is still stupid to me what the Coyotes got in return. Now, I hear the rumblings is that the reason why it is such a lackluster comeback is that the Coyotes didn't retain any of the cap. However, I think this is ridiculously stupid that the Arizona Coyotes organization did not actually get more for it, because CHYCHRUN is signed for a few more years. He's a solid defender, and he's got a pretty decent cap hit of only $4.6 million. For what he contributes to, of all teams, the Coyotes, what he's going to do on a team like the Senators that actually has a bright future and all these guys are going to start scoring more goals, and what he can contribute on a power play, what he's going to do for a team like that, he is well worth $4.6 million. One of the best cap hits probably in the NHL is his contract, and they want him to retain. But since the Coyotes don't want to retain any of it, they only give up a first and 2 seconds, which I guess could turn into 2 first and something like that, which still seems lackluster to me. If I was the Coyotes GM and this is my guy to trade away, and I'm sure CHYCHRUN wants out as well, I would be like, this bar is a pretty decent prospect and a first and one of the same again. So in my eyes, if I was the Coyotes, I would do a first round pick, maybe the 2 seconds, sure, and then I would throw in a guy like Erik Brannstrom, who's still growing and developing as a young guy. And he's Swedish as well, so maybe you pair him up with a guy like Victor Soderstrom, your other defensive prospect back there. And by the time all these guys start getting good, the Coyotes will finally starting to be an actually good and not terrible team to play with. I think that would have been a little bit more fair. I think Brannstrom's got a pretty high ceiling. I have high hopes for that guy, and it's a pretty decent comeback. You get another Swedish defenseman like Oliver Ekman-Larsson once was. Offensive one at that. So you get that in return. You're building for the future. But instead it is just a strange comeback that the Coyotes got in return for JAKOB CHYCHRUN. And such a superstar guy as well. And is so weird. Because now the Coyotes traded away their two biggest tradable assets this year of Gostisbehere and JAKOB CHYCHRUN. And you wonder why the Coyotes have sucked for so long. It's not because the team is bad. They are. But that's not what I mean. It all stems from the organization not having a clue what they're doing in hockey. I thought they were finally turning a page. And here they are again. Their two top assets, they only get back a first, a second, and a third for Gostisbehere and CHYCHRUN. I mean, you could have built so much more for that, but no, that's it. And not only that, but they also have a top 5 protected pick. The Coyotes just get, on one hand, it's a pretty good comeback, but on the other hand, they get absolutely fleeced. So it is what it is. The Coyotes organization's awful. It doesn't matter where they go. It doesn't matter if they do get relocated somehow to Hamilton or whatever the hell place. It doesn't matter, because if the same people are in charge, it's going to be the same dumpy team, and people are going to complain about it still, because no one understands anything. So that is all I have to say. The Coyotes are an idiotic team. The Senators have a pretty good piece for their future. Pretty good job for the Ottawa Senators. I give a big thumbs up to them. Huge thumbs down to the Coyotes. And that is all I have to say. So thank you for watching this. If you somehow like this video, please pick up your free subscription down below by hitting that red subscribe button. And please do that, because I'm on the road to 100. We're at 94. We're 6 away. Six away. There we go. From 100. Please feel free and please do that. So thank you for watching this. Leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below and tell me how stupid I am, because I know CHYCHRUN's actually not good at all, and actually that's an overpayment for JAKOB CHYCHRUN. Tell me all that down below, how stupid I am, and until next time, I hope you're having an amazing day. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now.